What's up, YouTube? Franklyn McInnis here, and yes, again, I am in front of the camera. I felt it was appropriate for this particular video. I was tagged by Symbiotically Geeky, and I will make sure I put his channel link down in the description. If you haven't checked out his channel, you really should. He does unboxing videos. He looks at different types of figures, but what he's been doing lately that's really cool is he does these movie reviews on Tuesdays. Terrible Tuesday movie review, I think it's called, or something along those lines, where he takes a look at just a horrible movie, and he does a pretty in-depth review of it. So those are definitely really cool. He's only done a couple so far, but you can actually go check out those reviews and then give him suggestions as well. So they're very entertaining. But yeah, I was tagged to give you my top 5 Funko Pops that are Funko products that I have purchased this year. For me personally, this is pretty easy because I started collecting at the end of last year. It was the day after Christmas. So when New Year's rolled around, I probably only had my first 3 Funko Pops. I think that was it. And then I started shopping a lot more, of course, after the new year. So again, this is my top 5 Funko products from this year, and they are all Funko Pops. I do have mystery minis and Dorbs and 6-inch figures as well, but my top 5 just happen to be the standard size Funko Pops. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first one here, and ooh, I got a little smudge on this box, that's no good, but it is Falcon. And Falcon is a really well designed pop figure, and excuse me if there's glare here, I'll try my best to avoid that. But it's a really well designed pop figure. I like that he's in this pose where he's taking flight, and let me see if I can carefully get him out here for a moment while I continue to speak about him. I like the actor that portrays Falcon, Anthony Mackie, really talented actor, and I think that was great casting on their part. And like I said, just a great mold here with this particular pop figure. And it's one that I know some people now have been having some trouble finding it. It is kind of rare to see it in the store now, but just look at the design of it. That is a really cool design. I mean, everything about the design is just on point. It's a bobblehead. He's definitely bobbling a lot there, but I really love, I think my favorite feature of it actually is the glasses there, or the lenses that he has there in his goggles. That's just really cool feature, and you can see the eyes behind him. So really well designed feature. And then also, I think it's just been an amazing year because, we had Captain America Civil War, one of the biggest comic book movies of all time, and the fact that it featured 3 African American or black superheroes. I actually prefer black. I won't even get into all the reasons why, but 3 black heroes. I think that's amazing. When I was a kid, that wasn't a thing. So yeah, really amazing, and such a well-designed pop figure as well. I still think it's a little bit questionable that they made it a Hot Topic exclusive, but I mean, what are you gonna do there? Let's keep it moving to number 4, and I'm not gonna unbox all of these. I will unbox the next one as well, though. In fact, let me show you the back of the box first. You see it's Nightmare on Elm Street, but this is not the regular Freddy Krueger. Again, it's a Hot Topic exclusive, and I didn't get this out of the store. I actually had a good friend of mine, Brian, who's a YouTuber as well, that was able to secure this for me and do a trade with me. So yeah, I like this one because it's kind of a 2-for-1. It gives you a Freddy Krueger that's not wearing his hat, which is a variation basically, and then you also get the syringes on his fingers, which is a reference to A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. So there he is out of his box. As a matter of fact, this might be the first time that I've taken him out of the box, or maybe just the second time that I've taken him out, but yeah, he looks great there with those syringes on his fingers. Like I said, it's a reference to A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, which I've probably seen that movie literally over 20 times. And the reason why, and I'll just give you a really quick sort of a story here. When my family moved to California because my father was in the military, we got cool with this family that lived next to us. We got cool with the neighbors, and they had an older son who was, I think, around 17 at the time or whatever, but basically he would be our babysitter because my father was away overseas at least half of the time that we were in California, and my mom sometimes she would work nights or she would go out nights, and so he would babysit us a lot. And he loved this movie. He loved Nightmare on Elm Street 3, so every time he would come over, He say throw that movie on. He really didn't care, about the content of it. I saw a lot of rated R movies as a kid. And something else that was funny about my babysitter is that my parents didn't realize this at first. It took them a while to catch on that my babysitter was actually a Crip. He was a gang member. I don't think my parents realized until my father one day just happened to see him outside and noticed that he had the do-rag, the blue do-rag hanging out of his pocket, and that's when he realized what was going on because it was a big thing in the news. So yeah, my babysitter was a Crip. That's kind of interesting, and he was a Crip that was a fan of this movie. So yeah, let's keep it moving there. Next up, number 3 here, which I do have in a pop protector. I really don't have too many pop protectors, but this one definitely had to go in one. This is the Green Goblin Chase figure. I don't even think I really have to break down why this is one of my top 5, but it was my first Chase that I found in the wild. And also, it looks great. Like I said in a recent video, I'm a sucker for metallic paint jobs, and this one has an excellent paint job. It's not a perfect figure. The head, and I'm not going to take it out, but the head is just so heavy with that hood on his head that the head tilts back, so it doesn't really want to stand well, but it's still a great looking figure. I actually think this looks better than the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that they have on the way, him on the glider, because I like this one. I like the pumpkin bomb that he's holding as well. So yeah, this was my first Chase that I found in the wild, and I found 2 of them, so I was able to give away one on my channel. That was my first giveaway, a Green Goblin Chase figure, and I felt proud to be able to give away something that was so awesome. Okay, keeping it moving here, number 2, pink and white Harley Quinn. And I notice my box is not in perfect condition. I think that's actually been that way for a while, though. It doesn't really matter. And this one I know I've taken out of the box a couple times. I won't take her out right now. And I've actually talked about before why this is one of my favorite figures, so I'm not going to get into super detail about it. I'll just say that this was picked up for me by my best friend because I wasn't able to find it, and she was able to track it down. She actually picked up 2 of them for me because I was going to keep one to display out of the box, but I ended up giving one of those back to her because she fell in love with it too. But huge Harley Quinn fan, and this is just my favorite Harley Quinn pop figure, and it just has some more meaning to it because my friend actually found it for me. So yeah, really love that pop. And number 1, if you know me, then you really should know what number 1 is. In fact, if you're looking back here, you see that I took some pops down. So this should be no surprise at all. And some of you are probably already saying it. Yes, it is Notorious B.I.G. Now, the way that I understood this tag video is that the top 5 Funko products that I purchased this year and not that came out this year. So I know this pop came out earlier, and I'm not sure about the Freddy Krueger one. I know the rest of those, they did actually come out this year, but even though this one came out in the previous year, I got it this year. I got it with the help of Anthony Nelson, another YouTuber that now focuses a lot on Funko products. He also focuses on his wrestling as well. He's a wrestler and an announcer, so I'll link his channel down as well. I'll remember to do that. Big shout out to Anthony Nelson for helping me get my holy grail here. And I said it before, Notorious B.I.G. just a huge inspiration to me. I definitely think he's the greatest rapper of all time still. And the versatility that he had with his writing and with his rapping has really pushed me to be a better writer. And I used to rap for fun, and of course I still do poetry. But yeah, he's just a huge inspiration. And I'll let you check out the back here as well. It does have this sticker on here, which, I mean, that's not a big deal to me. As long as I can actually see this picture of him, Biggie wearing the crown, I definitely like that. And yeah, I mean, it just has a lot of meaning, and it is actually a well-designed pop figure as well. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites, or my absolute favorite, So, I feel like I like this one so much that if it came down to it, I could probably let the other ones go and be happy with just this one. This one will never go anywhere because I really do love this figure, and it has a lot of meaning behind it. And I said this before as well. I know I'm speaking to Max Headron because he's a Biggie fan as well, and he sent me a really great book on Biggie and Tupac. And I said on one of his videos when he's talking about Biggie, because he has this figure as well, I was saying that it's tough for me sometimes to listen to Biggie's music just because he meant so much to me that, even though I didn't know him personally, he meant a lot to me, so it's tough sometimes to listen to his music. I get a little bit sad. But one of his songs I've been listening to a lot lately is You're nobody till somebody kills you, which is a very timely song with what's going on in this country. And I'm not going to really get into details on it because I've said, I'll stay away from certain topics on my channel, but I just feel like that song, it really stands out in my mind right now with the things that are going on in this country. At the same time, though, I do want to take a moment just to thank you all, those of you that are really a part of this collecting community and the YouTube community that, are just my friends. And, I feel like we don't have to get caught up in some of this drama that's going on in the country. Let's just keep things moving. And that's why I decided to go ahead and do this tag video. I think I really needed to do it. So Symbiotically Geeky, thank you for tagging me. I think YouTube is something that just, it keeps my mind free from some of the drama that we are surrounded with. So I do really appreciate that, and glad I did this video. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. I am supposed to tag 3 other people. The 3 people I want to tag, I didn't write it down, but I know I want to tag Towle the Towel Man. I don't think Towle has done this video yet. Collecting Plastic, and I did try to check each person's channel. I don't think Collecting Plastic has done this yet, so Collecting Plastic, I want you to do this as well. And then Ari from GeekGirl World, I'd like you to do this as well. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your responses. I think it is a bit of a challenge to narrow it down to 5. For me, it wasn't too difficult because I guess I kind of already had them in mind. But I'm really looking forward to see what you 3 have to say, what your responses will be. Hopefully you'll do the video, and I definitely look forward to your responses. I'm gonna cheat here just a little bit. There is one more person I want to tag because I'm very curious to hear his responses as well, and that is Factoner. So I know I'm supposed to tag 3 people. I'm cheating a little bit though. Like I said, I want to hear Factoners as well. What are your top 5 pops or Funko products that you've purchased this year? So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I got some more videos on the way, including my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I really hope you check that video out. It'll probably be kind of a long video, but please check that out. Let me know what you think about it, and I will plan to do more top 10 lists in the future. But thank you all for watching, and you all take care.